Good day. My name is Bob Proulx, CEO of Imagion Biosystems. It's my pleasure to present IBX, our company, to the Capital Networks today. Imagion Biosystems is an Australian medical device company developing new medical imaging agents using magnetic nanoparticles. You know, today we spend about $60 billion globally using existing medical imaging methods, such as X-ray, CT, or MRI, that can identify a region of interest, but cannot differentiate benign lesions from true cancers. Our technology focuses on using our biosafe nanoparticles to specifically detect the presence of a tumor. This shift to functional or molecular imaging has the potential to be more sensitive and more specific than current methods, and with that, reduce healthcare costs and improve outcomes by being able to detect and treat cancer much earlier. There are multiple commercial opportunities for our technology, and our first product for the staging of metastatic breast cancer has been designated by the FDA as a breakthrough device. Our first MagSense imaging agent is currently in phase 1 clinical testing in Australia, where we've already begun enrolling patients. And while our first product is focused on breast cancer, it's important for investors to know that we aren't a one-trick pony. The underlying magnetic nanoparticle technology has broad applicability in diagnosing and treating diseases. And our goal is to develop a strong pipeline of MagSense imaging agents to improve how cancer is diagnosed. Just think about it. Each year, more than 1 million men in the US alone have prostate biopsies, with many having no disease. Even worse, the diagnosis of ovarian cancer is often at late stage because the current imaging method by transvaginal ultrasound, they are not sensitive enough to catch it early when it's most treatable. We believe our MagSense technology can be applied to many of these solid tumors within the existing diagnosis and staging protocols and have a significant impact on patient outcomes. We expect to commercialize the technology using strategic partnerships with one or more of the existing players in the medical imaging space. And in addition, we're working with third parties that would generate revenues for IBX through their use of our nanoparticles for various therapies. From an ESG perspective, the obvious headline for IBX is the potential societal impact we can deliver from the reduced disease burden and reduced healthcare costs. By enabling the earlier detection of cancer, we can have a tremendous impact on healthcare. I'm also very proud of the foundation we've built to support the future of the company. We have a very strong board with deep experience in the healthcare space and governance of publicly listed companies. And I think investors can be proud of being stakeholders in IBX, and we'd welcome the opportunity for new investors to join our registry. Yeah, so our immediate focus is this phase 1 clinical study that we're doing in Australia. So this will be sort of the initial proof of principle, if you will, that our MagSense imaging agents can actually work. So we're very focused on completing that phase 1 study. It's about 15 patients that we expect to be done by around the end of this year. And from that will then drive the next development timeline of actually getting into a full-blown pivotal study. In the meantime, we're working on early stage preclinical work in prostate cancer, ovarian, and brain cancer so that we can have a pipeline so that when we go to a strategic partner, it's not just the breast cancer test, but we'll have a portfolio of products that we know that they can help us commercialize. So this time next year, I think we would really like to have this phase 1 study completed with good understanding of what those clinical data tell us about the future development of the product. From there, we'll still have some more work to do in order to actually get into a full clinical study. But I think at this time next year, we should be well on track to advance that HER2 product, the breast cancer product, actually towards commercialization through a pivotal study, and should have a portfolio of products that are coming up through the preclinical pipeline. Yeah, so today we've got about $13 million Australian in the bank. So we're pretty well funded right now. That's sufficient capital for us to get through this phase 1 study and get us started into next year. Obviously, we're looking at the phase 1 study data to be an inflection point for the company. And then we'll use that to fund the further development for the company. But we're very optimistic. The phase 1 study is on track right now. And we believe we're in a good position to get through this study and then be ready for next year.